Yerp, this is Perp back with another video, and shout outs to AMC, bro. I'm telling you, you gotta get on this AMC app. They had an early screening for Air. This doesn't come out till next week, so I'm not gonna spoil anything, even though there's really nothing to really spoil, except for like the little details as far as like how things went about, certain deals and whatnot, because everybody knows the history of Jordan and just what he has done as a athlete and what his shoe has done as like a brand and overall. But this is about Nike and them, you know, pretty much coming up with the idea and just kind of seeing where they were at that point where Nike was really at the bottom. This is directed by Ben Affleck himself. He's also starring in this as the CEO of Nike at the time. His name was like Philip something. But our main character, our main protagonist, or however you want to phrase it, is Matt Damon as Sonny. Sonny is kind of like the guy that goes out for Nike to kind of find talent, different basketball players to kind of promote the brand of Nike. And at this point, they had a budget of like $250,000 or something like that, and they're going to split that between like 3 athletes, because the whole idea of just giving one person a whole shoe deal and stuff like that like never existed, like really didn't exist. Or the fact, let me take that back. The way how it is now, as far as building a shoe around a player, that didn't exist until Jordan stepped in, and like just kind of seeing that whole story kind of play out and how they literally changed the game forever. Because thinking about it, at that time when we're in the beginning of the movie, Jordan is a rookie, Adidas is hot, Converse is hot, and there's some funny jokes that made me think about Kanye with Adidas. When you get to watching the movie, or if you've seen the movie, you'll know what I'm talking about. And it makes me think that's probably why Kanye went to Adidas. But that aside, I like Matt Damon as Sonny here because he really risked it all. He put everything, his job, everybody else's job on the line just to get Michael Jordan to sign with Nike and make that deal, because they were pretty much at the end of their ropes at this point. And it is really an underdog story at this point. And Matt Damon is just doing all that he can, or should I say Sonny, he's doing all that he can to pretty much lock down this deal by any means necessary, even that means going a more unorthodox method on trying to lock down this deal. And you have a dope ass cast here. You have Viola Davis that plays Michael Jordan's mother, which she is fantastic in this, man. She is just really dope for just a little amount of screen time she's in here, but they don't waste it, and I really like that. Jason Bateman's in here. He plays like I guess he's like the marketing guy. He's another marketing guy in there. Chris Tucker, also very funny in this. Not overly funny, but he adds something to it. Not Damien, but Marlon Wayans is also in here. He's in for a brief role. But like I said, like, this was a really well put together movie. Because when you hear about a movie like, oh, it's going to be about the people that made the shoe and we went through all this different, it kind of sounds like a boring movie. You want to see a movie about Michael Jordan, but there's a lot of interesting things that you didn't even know about. Like, I wasn't even aware of, as far as the rules on why the sneakers are the way they are, as far as the look, the color, and everything. And I'm not going to spoil that, but that's very interesting as well, and what they ended up having to do and the workarounds, because it's just really fascinating. Because it blows my mind, because think about if Jordan would have never took that Nike deal, Where would Nike be at? Where would Jordan be at? Like, I couldn't see the Jordan brand under nothing else besides Nike. It's just so bizarre. Um, I think if you are a big sports fan or just like a person that likes to get the ins and outs of things, this movie will definitely give you that. And there's another character that was played, I forget his name, but he played Pete. He's the guy that kind of does the shoe design as well. That was really dope to kind of see how his mind works, that he's just like in the zone. He's almost like a Tony Stark in a way, just crafting all these different designs and stuff like that, how they came about that. Really dope. I think that this movie definitely has a chance next year for next year's Oscars or something like that, for something, man, because I think Matt Damon did a really good job. Everybody across the board, Ben Affleck behind the camera did a really good job. The soundtrack was on point for something that took place in the 80s. It was a very uplifting movie. You don't get these normally in theaters, those really heartwarming, wholesome type of movies. It definitely made me feel like I was watching something from like the early 2000s a little bit. Nothing felt forced or anything. It was just a straightforward, dope movie, and you should definitely go check this out next week after or before you see Mario, because these two are definitely going to be clashing at the box office. But yeah, if you have seen this movie, let me know your thoughts of it in the comments below. If you haven't seen it, I don't know what you're doing. Go out and check this out as soon as possible. Till next time, I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.